Us straight away today, and we'll catch up the chanting next week. Yeah, sure. It's very nice. அவ்வளவுதான். லைட் போடணும், டார்க்காக இருக்கே, லைட் போடணும். அதில் வீடியோ கரெக்டாக இருக்கா? இட்ஸ் பெட்டர்ண்ணா. எஸ், ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா? ஓம் சதாசிவசமாரம்பாம் சங்கராச்சார்யமத்யமாம் அஸ்மதாச்சார்யபர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குருபரம்பராம். நாராயணம் நமஸ்கிருத்ய நரம் சைவ நரோத்தமம் தேவீம் சரஸ்வதீம் வியாசம் ததோ ஜயமுதீரயேத். शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये. In the previous class, we completed up to the 92nd shloka, and we have so far completed 866 namas. So we will begin with the 93rd shloka onwards from this class. Please repeat once after me, shloka number 93. Sattvavan sattvikas satyah satya dharma parayanah अभिप्रायः प्रियार्होर्हः प्रियकृत् प्रीतिवर्धनः. So we begin with all love today. We have been seeing that Vishnu Sahasranamam, the namas are so beautifully arranged that every group has a topic and it discusses Bhagavan as all aspects of that particular topic that we take. 867th Nama. This 93rd shloka contains 9 namas beginning from 867 to 875. 867 is Sattvavan. Sattvavan here. Sattva normally refers to a guna of the 3 gunas of Maya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Normally it refers to the Sattvika guna. But here in this Nama, in 867, Sattvavan means the one who is all courage. Not the one with courage, but who is the courage itself. Bhagavan says, Adi Shankara Bhagavatpada, Bhagavan says, Shaurya Viryadikam for Sattvavan. Sattva means Shaurya. Shaurya refers to bravery or courage. And Virya means valor. Bhagavan is the one who has, if you have to talk about Bhagavan as the one who possesses these qualities, then he has them in absolute measure, in infinite measure. In other words, where we talk Bhagavan as the very courage itself, he is the very strength or the courage in me. The very strength, the courage, the valor that I see in all the military men, the policemen, all the protectors in the society today. Therefore, Bhagavan is Sattvavan. 868. Sattvikaha. This refers to the guna sattva, the one who is predominantly of sattvika guna. Though Bhagavan's upadi is mayopadi. Mayopadi means Maya has three gunas, sattva, rajas, tamas. Therefore, Bhagavan also should be having all the three gunas only. So, how do you say sattvika? Only sattvika. Why there is no rajas and tamas in Bhagavan? Definitely there. Mayopadi means definitely all the three gunas will be there. But his upadi is sattva pradhana upadi. Sattva guna is dominating rajas and tamas. How do we say this? Because he is all knowing, he is sarvajnaha. And therefore, the knowing or the knowledge which is represented by sattva guna, because he is all knowing, he has to be sattva pradhana. Therefore, he is himself called sattvikaha. And he takes recourse to this sattva guna. He makes use of this sattva guna for the purpose of maintaining or protecting this srishti. Because for the maintenance job, you need sattva guna. For creating something, there is a little bit of rajas that is required. Rajas has to be dominating. So you create it using rajas. Any creation requires rajoguna. But to maintain it, you need sattva guna. You need to be patient, you need to be consistent, and to maintain the sthiti, to keep it as it is, to protect the stature of it. 868 is sattvikaha. 869, satyaha. Satyaha is occurring for the third time here in Vishnu Sahasranamam. We have already seen this nama twice, as 106 and as 212. As 106, we saw the meaning as he who is the absolute truth, satyaha, the absolute truth. And in 212, we saw that he is the one who is in the form of satya vachana, satya katanam, speaking the truth. Here in 869, Bhagavad Pada says, Satsu sadhutvat satyaha. He is the one who is good to good people, to all the sadhus. Because he is good to all the good people, he is called satyaha. Because Bhagavan says, Paritranaya sadhunam. For all those sadhus, he is the protector. He is the paritrana. Paritrana means to protect them well. So, where one person adheres to dharma, he is a sadhu. And to such a sadhu, Bhagavan is satyaha. He is the protector of them. He does good to all the noble people, to all the good people. He is good. 870. Satya dharma parayanaha. The one who is committed to truthfulness and dharma. Satya parayana and dharma parayana. He is both. So he is the one who is committed to both truthfulness and dharma. Now this nama is with specific reference to his Rama Avatara and Krishna Avatara. In Rama Avatara, the Raghuvamsha is so well known for upholding the truth in speaking. They don't give up on their word. A word given is given. And they will do anything, come what may, to uphold the word. Tulsidasa writes, Prana jayi par vachana na jayi. Let even the life go. One may even die, but the word that I gave, should stand, should be upheld. That is why the Rama decided to go to the forest because of Pitruvakya Paripalana. Because his father has given a word to one of his mothers, to Kekeyi. Therefore, because he gave the word, to uphold father's word, his own dad's word to be true, he had to leave to the forest. This Satya Parayanaha, he upheld the Satya, and nowhere he gave up on his word. Everywhere he stuck to his word. And because of that only, word was so important. Every word was so important. Because of that only, he took the pain of leaving Sita back in the forest at Valmiki Ashram. It was all to uphold the word. The word was considered to be so important. Satya Parayanaha. In Krishna Avatara, of course in Rama Avatara also we can see Dharma Parayanaha. In Krishna Avatara it is also seen Dharma Parayanaha, where Bhagavan Krishna took a vow that he will not use weapon in the war. He will stay unarmed in the war and he will not fight the war, therefore. But his presence in the war was required and it was also asked for by Arjuna. Therefore he said, I will be with you as your charioteer, but I will not pick up any weapon. And that was the vow that he took for the Mahabharata war. And he stayed as a charioteer until, even after the teaching of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna refused or hesitated to pick up the weapon against Bhishma on the 10th day of the war. And that is when Krishna rages in anger and he says, Arjuna, I don't need any of you to uphold Dharma, to fight this war and uphold Dharma. I, being Ishvara, I am here for the purpose of upholding Dharma, and therefore I don't even mind giving up on my word for the sake of upholding Dharma. And he immediately picks up the wheel of a broken chariot and he goes against Bhishma. I don't know whether you have seen that painting in ISKCON. It's very beautifully done, that painting. He picks up the wheel and he goes against Bhishma. And Bhishma is all ready. If Krishna, you are the one who is going to take my life, I am at your feet. And you will see Arjuna running and holding Krishna and stopping him. To say that, no, I'll fight, I'll definitely fight. You don't have to give up on your word. I will definitely fight. Therefore, holding on to the word or upholding the truth of the word that I have spoken is upholding Dharma at personal level. But where that is going to be an obstacle for upholding Dharma at the total level, we see that giving up on the personal Dharma is allowed, can be done for the higher cause. So Bhagavan was ready to do, and he does this 2 times in the war. When Arjuna hesitates, he says, I don't need you. Just a snap of the finger, I can destroy everybody here. And that is where we can see that Bhagavan is Dharma Parayanaha. For the purpose of upholding Dharma, he is always available. Therefore, Bhagavan is committed to both Satya and Dharma. And as a seeker, as a sadhaka, to Bhagavan, what should I pray? Where Bhagavan is Satya Parayanaha, I should pray that whatever I speak, I should have the strength. In my speech, I should have the strength to speak the truth alone and not to sway away from the truth. And also, in His grace, in any situation, I should be able to stay with a mind which does not sway away from the commitment to understand the ultimate truth. And with His grace, may I understand what is the ultimate reality, what is the ultimate truth. This should be the prayer that a sadhaka should have always in his mind. 871. Abhiprayaha. Abhiprayaha means one who is sought after or one who is approached. We pray to Bhagavan for the fulfillment of our desires. There are groups of people who say that you should not ask anything to Bhagavan at all. It is very foolish to say like that. Now, it is called Purusharthaha by the Vedas. Purushartha means whether you are asking, whatever you ask for comes in that 4 category, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. It is called Purusharthaha. Purusharthaha means Purushaihi Artyate. That which is sought after by the human. Therefore, something that you seek, you have to ask for. It can even be the highest or the glorious thing. Bhagavan will not give you unless you ask for it. How do you know? Because Bhagavan did not do Upadesha for Arjuna until he asked for it. He was crying for 47 shlokas. But Bhagavan did not open his mouth. Prahasanniva Bharata, Acharya writes. He was as though smiling at Arjuna, waiting for him to surrender and ask for knowledge. And when Arjuna surrendered and asked Bhagavan for knowledge alone, Bhagavan spoke. Until then, though there is a Bhagavanu Vacha 2 shlokas, Bhagavan was only, as a friend, he was motivating him. Saying, how can you talk like this? This is like apakirti for you, for a valorous person, for a veera like you. You can't talk like this. This is an insult for you. This is all Bhagavan spoke in those 2 shlokas. And then after Arjuna surrenders, Bhagavan does the Upadesha. Therefore, Arjuna got Bhagavad Gita. He was eligible for Bhagavad Gita. The reason is he asked for it. The others in the battlefield were not taught Bhagavad Gita. Why? Because they did not ask for it. That's all. Therefore, it is only when you ask for something. See, when do I ask for something? When I recognize the need for it. So, when I recognize the need for it, I ask for it and Bhagavan also gives me, I recognize the value of what I have got. Otherwise, if Bhagavan is going to give me things which I don't even ask for, how would I understand the value of it? So it is very important that you ask Bhagavan. Everything, if Brahmajnana itself is given only after being asked for, how will Bhagavan give you the others without asking for it? Therefore, he is the one who is sought after or approached. He is called Abhiprayaha. There is another meaning for Abhiprayaha. The second meaning is because he is Jagat Abhimukhyena Praiti. Acharya says. That is, at the time of Pralaya, it is towards him all beings go. They all as though run towards him and they resolve into him. Therefore, he is called Abhiprayaha. Praiti means they die or they resolve. 872. Priyarhaha. Priyarhaha. Priya means love. Priya arhaha means the one who deserves to be loved. When something makes you feel complete, when something makes you feel adequate, when something makes you feel secured, you are happy. And that frame of mind in which you are during those situations is called Priyaha. You are pleased. That pleased self, being pleased, is called a Priyaha. And that object which pleases you becomes the object of your love. Now, Bhagavan pleases you with all that you want, with everything that you desire. Therefore, Bhagavan is the object of all love, of all my love, or of the love of all. Therefore, he is Priyarhaha. 873. Arhaha. Arhaha means the one who deserves worship, the one who is worthy of puja. There is nobody else who is worthy of puja. Bhagavan is the only one who is worthy of puja. So, whatever puja that you do ultimately goes to him. There is this small story that I am reminded of from Srimad Bhagavatam. I've always found this story to be very, very nice, very nicely put. The bhavana is so beautiful. We have heard of the story where Bhagavan Shri Krishna goes with his group of friends to steal butter from the houses. So, whatever these ladies try, however on top they keep, this fellow comes with as many people to build a human ladder, and they climb and they take it, and he distributes to everybody and he finishes off the pot. And nothing is left for the household. And this is what he does in every house. He takes it and he distributes it to his friends and everybody, and they finish it off. A small boy. And they were not able to catch him at all. They don't know when this fellow is coming and he is stealing this away. So they wanted to catch this thief. And what they did, they decided we should know when he is taking the pot. So what we'll do, we will tie a bell along with the pot so that when he touches, the pot shakes and the bell rings. And we know that this fellow has come, and we'll quickly come out and catch this fellow. So this was the plan by all these women. So one lady tied a nice big bell so that when he climbs to pick the pot, the bell will ring. What happened? Bhagavan Krishna, when he climbed on the human ladder to take the butter, he looked at the bell and he knew this is why the bell is kept. It is obvious why the bell is tied there. And he looked at the bell and he said, "Shh, you're not ringing, okay? You stay silent until we finish the job and we go." The bell also agreed. And he took the butter and he distributed the butter to all his friends around. And then finally, when he started eating, the bell rang. And the lady came out and said, Here I got you. And she held him with his ears. And he said, "This is what you have been doing day in and day out in every house." She was scolding him. And Krishna looks up to the bell. "You gave me a word that you will not ring. And now you have betrayed me." And the bell says, "Hey Bhagavan, how can I not ring? Because it is my dharma to ring when you are eating. Every Nevedya, the bell rings, right? So it is in my dharma to ring. So when you distributed, I did not ring. But when you are eating, it is Nevedanam. Therefore I rang." So he is the only one who is worthy of worship. And every devata that is worshipped the worship is ultimately for him alone. There is this beautiful shloka in our system. It says, "Akashat patitam toyam yata gacchati sagaraha sarvadeva namaskaraha keshavam pratigacchati." It is repeated as part of daily prayer in many households. Akashat patitam toyam yata gacchati sagaraha. Just like how water that falls from the clouds reaches the ocean in many ways. Through some way or the other, it finally reaches the ocean. Similarly, Sarva Deva Namaskaraha, your worship to any Devata, finally where does it go? Keshavam Pratigachati. Therefore, he is Arhaha, the only one who is worthy of worship. 874. Priyakriti, the one who does pleasant things. He is not only the one who is Priyarhaha, who is worthy of our love, or who is Arhaha, worthy of our worship, but he is also Priyakriti. He does pleasant things for me. There is this saying, right? If you take one step towards Ishvara, he takes a bigger step towards you. What does that mean? He does Mangalam to me. He is the Mangala Karta. It's only because of that bigger step. How do I know that he has taken bigger step towards me? That I have been enduring Vishnu Sahasranamam classes for 1.5 years. I've been able to sit through the classes and continue the study of Shastram. Because it is not easy to study Vishnu Sahasranamam. For those who have studied Upanishads, for themselves itself it is very difficult. And for those who are yet to study Upanishad, it is all the more difficult. And if one has been able to sit through the 58th class, today, 58 classes, it is definitely that, it is only a representation of that bigger step that Bhagavan has taken towards me. His grace for me, that he has been so compassionate and he has given me what is the most pleasant for me. What is the most pleasant? What is most auspicious for me? That is understanding him, knowing him, the purpose of my life. Therefore, he is Priyakriti. 875. Preeti Vardhanaha. He is the one who grows the love in me. He is the one who makes me love, and he is the one who grows love in me. From a small love, from a small percentage of love to limitless love. And I gain this virtue by worshipping him. Because he is the form of that love itself. He is all love. Therefore, he is able to give me and grow love in me. Preeti Vardhanaha. That completes the 93rd shloka. 94th shloka. Please repeat once. Vihaya sagatir jyotihi suchi suruchir hutabuk vibuhu ravir virochana suryaha savitara vilochanaha. This 94th shloka contains 10 namas starting from 876 to 885. 876th nama is Vihaya Sagatihi. Vihaya Sagatihi. Vigaya Saha refers to space. It is Vihaya Saha plus Gatihi. These two words making up to one nama. Vihaya Saha means space. Space is called so because it allows anything in the space to travel freely without being obstructed. It allows to travel freely. That is why space is called Vihayasa or Vihayasaha. Gatihi. Gatihi refers to the one that moves in the space. So that which moves in the Akasha without being obstructed. That is the meaning of this nama. Vihaya sa gatihi. Now this nama refers to the Surya Devata. Though when you look at the movements from the space, if you go to the outside space and you look at the movements, it is the earth that orbits the sun. From the earth standpoint, the sun moves. It is as though the sun moves around the earth. And this, you can make an imaginary line along the movement of the sun during the year or during the day. During the year, the imaginary line that, connects the movement of the sun at various points of its rise during the year. And you draw that line. Say, if you can draw the line or plot the line, it will describe a circle around the earth. And that circle is called ecliptic. That refers to the position of the sun from the standpoint of the earth. And this is a representation of the revolution of the earth around the sun. Similarly, you have the rotation also. The sun rises in the east. After some time, it travels up above the head and it sets in the west. So the sun, from the standpoint of the earth, seemingly moves freely in Akasha. And Bhagavan, who is in the form of the Surya Devata, is called Vihaya Sagatihi. He, in the form of the Surya Devata, is always blessing the earth. If the sun does not rise that day, meaning if you cannot see the sun, if it is going to be a gloomy day, a cloudy day, or a winter day, then it is so difficult. Firstly, we will not have energy where continuously the sun is not showing up. Then you will feel dull. That is why Surya Devata is worshipped as Pushanaha. One of the Surya Namaskara Namavali is Pushane Namaha, the one who energizes every being on this planet. So, Bhagavan is the one who is blessing this planet, and because of his movement, the seasonal movement, the movement around the ecliptic, that is why seasons occur. Otherwise, we will not have seasons at all. So, his blessing in the form of his free movement in the sky from the standpoint of the earth. Therefore, he is called Vihaya Sagatihi. 877. Jyotihi. Jyotihi. Jyoti means the one that is self-shining. Swata eva dyotate. That which is swata eva dyotate. Shines all by itself. Iti jyotihi. The self, this also refers to Bhagavan as Surya Devata, which is self-shining, which is self-evident. Nobody needs to say that this is the sun. Nobody needs to introduce the sun for you. You don't have to search for the sun during the daytime. At least for the star, or sometimes for a crescent moon, we search where it is. If it is going to be the third day of the crescent, it's difficult to spot it. So you search for it. But you don't need to search for the sun at all. He is self-shining. He is self-evident. Also, as the consciousness principle, as the Pratyagatma, he is self-effulgent. Therefore, he is called Jyotihi. 878. Suruchihi. Suruchihi means the one who has a blessing desire. It is his desire to bless, to just bless people in this world. Therefore, he is called Suruchihi. Out of his desire, he blesses all of us, his bhaktas. 879. Huta Buk. Huta Buk means the one who is the consumer of various oblations. There are varieties of yagas that are performed. And in every yaga, oblations are offered in the sacrificial Agni. in the fire, in the Agni, to various devatas. You say Indraya Swaha, Indraya Idanna Mama, Prajapataye Swaha, Prajapataye Idanna Mama. So to Indra, to Prajapati, to Soma, to Varuna, to Vayu, even to Agni himself, the oblations are given. And all the oblations are offered into the Agni, which is called Huta. And this Havis that is offered to Agni is the celestial Dunzo service like. Okay. So he is the courier. He is the one who carries the ahutis that are offered to the various devatas. He takes it and he puts it in his bag, and he goes and he gives it to every devata to whom it is offered. Therefore, Agni has also another name called Havya Vahana. He is the vehicle of the Havis, Havya Vahana. Here Bhagavan is called Huta Buk. That is, he is the very offering, the one who consumes. As the Agni, he is the consumer of the offering. He alone is the consumer. And he alone is the Bhokta of all the offerings that are given in a yaga, because he alone is the content of every devata. He is the self, the Atma of every devata. Therefore, he is the receiver of the oblations of all the yagas. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Bhokta ham yajna tapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. I am the Bhokta in every yajna. Therefore, Bhagavan is called Huta Buk. 880. Vibhuhu. Vibhuhu is occurring for the second time. It already occurred as the 240th Nama. We saw the meaning as the one who manifests in many forms. Vividam Bhati, the one who manifests in many forms. Here, Acharya says, Vibhuhu means the one who is all pervasive. Bhagavan is all pervasive. He is Sarva Vyapi. Therefore, he is Vibhuhu. 881. Ravihi, the one who is in the form of the Surya Devata himself. The Surya Devata is called Ravi because Rasan Adatte, therefore he is Ravi. He is the one who takes the water from the ocean and pours it as rain into the lands. Therefore he is called Ravi. This water cycle, this process of evaporation and then pouring as rainwater in the land. No matter how much you water the plants, it is you cannot compensate a rain. And who waters all the plants around the earth? Those few pots that you have at home, you can water. Or if you have a garden itself, you can manage to have a garden in the house, you can water the garden, perhaps. That's all you can do. Who is watering all the forests on earth? Who is watering all the mountains and the mountain trees in the earth? Because if the tree is on the mountain, it is still far away from the water table below earth, right? So who is watering all of them? It is Bhagavan in the form of rain. In Gita again, Bhagavan says, Tapam yahamaham varsham nigrinnam yutsrujami cha. I am the one who heats up the water of the ocean and I pour it as rainwater into the land. Therefore, Bhagavan is called Ravihi here in Vishnu Sahasranamam. 882. Suryaha. Suryaha can refer to the sun. But here, Acharya says, it means the one who is the creator of this world. Therefore, Bhagavan is called the Srishtikarta. Therefore, he is called Suryaha. And it is because of him alone agriculture is produced. Otherwise, you cannot have any agriculture at all done in the land without Surya Devata. And agriculture wealth is the real wealth of the country. Suvati iti Suryaha, Acharya says. Suvati. Suvati means all activities are possible only because of him. And he sets our bio clock also. We rise with him and we set with him. That is how life was until electricity came. And we had lights to continue work further. And now we have 3-shift working because of that. Right? So we rise with the Surya Devata because all our nerves are connected with the Surya Devata. You feel active during the day only because of that. Because all your nerves are active. And then with the sun, all our nerves also go off to sleep. And that is why they say that you finish off your dinner early so that your nerves finish off the job and they take good rest. Otherwise, you will be sleeping, but all the organs in your body are still working, digesting and distributing the food that you ate. There is no rest. And once you wake up, they have to wake up. Again, you start you begin with the coffee or whatever. You begin with everything and they have to start working again. So, Bhagavan is the one, as the Surya Devata, who sets my bio clock also. The one who makes me active. And all activities are possible because of him. Therefore, he is Suryaha. 884. Savita. Savita will occur for one more time as the 969th Nama. Here in 884, Savita means, Acharya says, Sarvasya Jagataha Prasavita Savita. The one who has given birth to the entire Jagat. Therefore, he is called Savita. Or the other way this Nama can be looked at is as the Surya Devata, he has given birth to this Jagat with respect to the world of people, the world of beings. All are alive because of Surya Devata. Therefore, he is Savita. 885. Ravi Lochanaha. The one who has the sun as his eyes. Ravi Lochanaha. This is for the purpose of meditation, especially in the description of Vishwarupa. You say Chandra Suryoscha Netre. So this can be taken for the purpose of meditating on Bhagavan as the Vishwarupa, as the cosmic form. So that completes the 94th shloka. 95th shloka. Ananto huta bhokta sukadho naika jograjaha anirvinna sadhamarshi lokadhishtanamadbhutaha. This 95th shloka also contains 10 namas beginning from 886 to 895. 886. Anantaha. Anantaha means Bhagavan is the one who is limitless. In what way is he limitless? He is limitless time-wise, he is limitless space-wise, and he is also limitless object-wise. Because he is the Upadana Karana. Therefore, he is not limited by any object. And also being Sat-Swarupa, he is not limited by any object. Time-wise, space-wise and object-wise. Desha Kala Vastu Parichinna Shunyaha is the technical word that is used. Or you can say Desha Kala Vastu Paricheda Rahitaha. Both are the same. Therefore, he is Anantaha. 887. Huta Bhuk. We just saw this Nama as the 879th Nama, where we saw that he is the consumer of the oblations in the yaga. Here in 887, Huta Bhuk means Bhagavan is the receiver of all the offerings. Not just the offering in the yaga, but all offering. Anything you give, he is the receiver of the offering. And he will receive anything that you offer with love. Anything that you give him with love, he will accept it. In the Gita, Bhagavan says, Yo yo yam yam tanum bhaktaha shraddayarchitum ichchati tasya tasya achalam shraddam tameva vidadamyaham. He says, I am the one who receives the worship or the offering of every bhakta. In whatever form they call me, they worship me. I am the one who is ultimately worshipped. And I, in that form in which they worship, as that devata, being that devata, I bless them with whatever they desire. And he says, Hey Arjuna, patram pushpam palam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Whatever you give me, you don't need to, spend a lot of money and give me all expensive things. No, there is no rule like that. You can give me anything out of your love. It can be a small leaf of tulasi or bilva. It can be a small little flower. It can be a fruit, or it can even be a drop of water. If that is all you can give me, no problem. But give me with your love. Because what you give me, there is nothing that you can give me from this world. Because I am the one who is not only the creator of this world, but who is the very upadana karana of this world. So there is nothing that you can give me which I don't have. And you give me only out of what I gave you. So what can you give me? What you can give me is your love, is your bhakti. That is what you can give me. And as a token of your love, whatever you give, I will accept it. So Bhagavan is therefore Huta Bukh, the receiver of offerings. 888. Bhokta. Bhokta is occurring for the third time. We saw this as the 143rd Nama, the 500th Nama, and now as the 888th Nama. In 143, we saw that as Bhokta, Bhagavan is the enjoyer of the food when it is eaten. He is the enjoyer in every being as the experiencer or the receiver of the food. In the 500th Nama, we saw that he is the protector. Bhokta also means the protector. Here, in the 888th Nama, Bhunakti, Acharya says. Bhunakti means the one who nourishes the entire Jagat, so that all the scheme of things are going, are in sthiti, are maintained. Therefore, he is called Bhokta. 889. Sukhadaha. Sukham dadati. That is one meaning. The one who is the giver of Sukham. Sukham in the form of moksha. For all the mumukshus, for all those who desire moksha, Bhagavan is the Sukhadaha. Sukham dadati. Therefore, he is Sukhadaha. There is another meaning that can be taken for Sukhadaha. Sukham dhyati. Therefore, Sukhadaha. Dhyati means to cut. The one who cuts away my happiness. The one who cuts away my happiness. When does or why should Bhagavan cut away somebody's happiness? Where one does not follow dharma. To punish them, to bring them back into his fold, he cuts their happiness momentarily, so that they are given a chance to think and to reflect on what they are doing. Therefore, Bhagavan is Sukhadaha both ways. Sukham dadati and Sukham dhyati. 890. Naikajaha, the one who has many births. The one who takes many births. Bhagavan said in Gita, Sambhavami yuge yuge, Sambhavami atma mayaya. For what purpose? For the purpose of upholding dharma. Therefore, to protect dharma, Bhagavan has assumed many births, as though. 891. Agrajaha, the one who was born first, as Hiranyagarbha, the Brahma Devata, Bhagavan was born ahead of the entire creation. Therefore, he is Agrajaha. 892. Anirvinnaha. We have already seen this Nama as the 435th Nama. There we saw Anirvinnaha means the one who is never tired at all. In 892, Anirvinnaha means one who has no dejection. There is no question of losing interest for Bhagavan at all. Or you keep doing something for a long time. You say, yeah, enough I have done. I have been working for 20 years, 25 years. I have done a lot, enough. So that feeling people are given to, yeah, I have done a lot, enough. Or, you get tired and you say, porum porum. But for Bhagavan, for such a huge task of Srishti Sthiti Layam, Bhagavan is never tired. In 435 we saw he is Anirvinnaha, he is never tired. Here in 892, Bhagavan is Anirvinnaha because he has not lost interest at all. He keeps doing as though he is doing it for the first time. Anything that he does, anything, any part of this Srishti, can you spot something that he has done without interest? Uninterestingly, he has completed something. Nothing of that sort. Everything is so well done, so well designed, so beautiful, so wondrous. Therefore, Bhagavan is Anirvinnaha. 893. Sadamarshi. Sadamarshi, the one who bears with the Satpurushas. Bhagavan understands the limitation. Every sadhaka who comes to study Vedanta, who comes to study Shastra, is a Satpurusha. Because it is rare that one gets interest in this and one continues study of Shastra. To such people, to such Satpurushas, he understands that they have their limitations and he bears with their limitations very, very patiently. He will not charge you for so many mistakes. So sometimes we might have a doubt. See, I did this mistake, but Bhagavan is not giving me any punishment. I don't know whether you have felt it. I have felt it many times. Sometimes I wonder why Bhagavan has not given me the punishment for this. I should be getting at least some little bit of pain. No? But Bhagavan seems to be very patient with me. As though he, accepts what I do, puts up with what I do. He bears whatever I do. And he so patient that slowly we start thinking, we start reflecting upon ourselves and we want to bring about some changes in ourselves. See, Bhagavan is so patient. And I have been doing this akrama for such a long time. So let me at least, think about it and refine myself a little bit. Give up on doing such things. So Bhagavan brings about changes in such people as we keep worshipping him. Worship of Bhagavan, Bhagavad Aradhana is very, very important. Regular puja to Bhagavan is very, very important. A sadhaka should at least pray for 5 minutes every day. At least 5 minutes of quality time to Bhagavan. Okay, you don't do anything else at that time. Now, many tell me, especially these mommies, they tell me, I tell all the shlokas when I do the cooking. Prayer is clubbed along with activity. So that, no time for prayer. No exclusive time for Bhagavan. That should not be the case with sadhakas. For people who study Shastra, at least 5 minutes a day. 5 minutes, your choice of time, but at least 5 minutes. If you don't have time in the morning, you have time only after you finish your domestic course, no problem. Bhagavan is always available. It is not that we have to wait for his appointment. Thank God. There is no question of waiting for his appointment. He is ever available for everybody. Anytime. Just that we are busy, that's all, we are not available. So we take 5 minutes off, must take 5 minutes off at least every time, every day, and pray. Pray to Him. And that brings about a lot of changes in the way I think, in the way I handle things, not in the way I handle the world, but in the way I handle myself while I am transacting. I will be able to handle that person in me who is transacting with the world. This is what Bhagavan gives me. And He is very patient in handling me. Therefore, He is Sadamarshi. 874. Lokadishthana. Lokadishtanam. He is the Adishtana of everything. 895. Adbhutaha. The one who is a wonder Himself. Not only that, this entire Jagat He created is a wonder, but Bhagavan Himself is such a wonder. Adbhutaha. That completes the 95th shloka. Maybe we'll take up the 96th shloka in the next class because we are running out of time. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.